Hey guys, today I'm firing up my Schwenk grill and we're gonna make some Korean style honey barbecue wings. If you've never seen a Schwenk grill before, here's how it works. There's infrared burners at the top. They're fueled by propane that I've got hidden over here, and the burners will burn up to 1500 degrees. This rack is adjustable, and as we cook the wings, you'll see I'm gonna cook it at a lower rack, and then when we want them to get extra crispy, we're gonna raise that rack up. Let's get started on the marinade. We're gonna start here with a cup of rice wine vinegar, a cup of soy sauce. You can use low sodium soy sauce if you prefer. A cup of vegetable oil. And now let's put in some aromatics. I've got a tablespoon of garlic. That's about 4 or 5 large cloves. Along with a tablespoon of ginger. That's about an inch of ginger that I peeled and then I just finely diced up. And then the heat level is up to you. I'm just gonna put in a little pinch of red pepper flakes. If you like it extra spicy, you can add more. But when we make our Korean barbecue sauce, it's gonna have a little bit of kick in there too with some gochujang. After you've made your marinade, you're gonna just add in all of your chicken wings. I've got about 20 wings here. You can do up to 2 dozen with this marinade. I personally like the flaps. I know a lot of people like the drums. My preference has definitely always been the flaps. I just like how the meat comes off the bone. All right, we're gonna get these nice and submerged. And then we will cover it with plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator. You wanna do it for a good 4 to 8 hours. If you only have 30 minutes, that's fine too, but you're gonna really absorb all those great flavors the longer that you let it marinate. Now that the chicken's marinating, we're gonna go ahead and make our Korean barbecue sauce. We're gonna start with ketchup. This is 3/4 of a cup. I'm putting it into a sauce pot because we're gonna melt everything down together. For some sweetness, we have 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. For the spice, we're using gochujang. I've got 1/4 of a cup here. Gochujang is a Korean chili paste. It's a little bit sweet, and it's also got a nice amount of heat, but it's not too powerful. A little bit more touch of sweetness. These are Korean honey barbecue wings after all. So we've got 3 tablespoons of honey. I'm just using a couple tablespoons of water as well. That's gonna help thin it out. And for our salt, we're going with soy sauce again. I've got 2 tablespoons. Mix this all together in a pot. Go inside the house, throw it on the stove about 30 minutes before we're ready to grill the wings. And then once our wings cook on our Schwenk grill, we're gonna dunk them in the sauce, put them back on the grill so they get nice and crispy. The chicken wings have been marinating for about 4 hours, and so now the next thing you wanna do is pat them dry. Just simply use a paper towel and try to get out as much moisture as you can. It's time to light the Schwenk grill. I've got the propane on, and now I'm going to turn this to fire and go ahead and hold it down so the gas is released and push the ignite button. I like to hold it down just a little bit longer to make sure it stays lit. We'll let this heat up and then we'll put the wings on. Inside the Schwenk grill, you can see that there are 2 infrared burners. That's where the heat's coming from. It's all directly from the top. We've got this grate that our wings are gonna go on that can go up and down. And then there's a drip pan in the bottom that can be used for all sorts of things, including catching the drippings. Since we're just about to put the wings on, I went ahead and heated up the sauce on a stovetop. Look how gorgeous this is. We're gonna set this aside until the wings are ready. All right, so the Schwenk grill is all heated up. Let's get cooking. I'm gonna start by lowering this rack down. And we're gonna use this tool to first pull out the drip pan and then pull out our grate. And then we can add these marinated wings right on top. You can hear the sizzle. I like to start with the fat side down. We're gonna cook these in batches. It's just gonna help make sure that we don't overcrowd the pan. All right, just a couple more. I think I'm getting 10 on here. You could probably fit 12 pretty easily. Then go ahead and close this grate, slide it back in, slide in the drip pan. And I'm gonna raise this up to level 3 and let them cook for several minutes. As you can see, the Schwenk grill has 7 different levels for the grill grate. Level 1 is going to be your lowest temp, whereas level 7 is going to get you closest to those infrared burners up there. Just look at them go. Again, I like my chicken wings at level 3. You can see at this level, they're still getting some of that nice heat. Those fat pockets are starting to bubble up. This is really gonna deliver us some crispy chicken. If you grill a lot, you're gonna have to flip the switch a little bit with the Schwenk grill because it's different than a regular grill. Instead of all of the heat coming from the bottom of the grill, with the Schwenk grill, all the heat's coming from the top, from those 2 burners. So we're not worried about the bottom here burning. What we're wanting to do is watch the top. If it starts to get too brown, then you can lower the rack. If it's not cooking fast enough, you can raise the rack. But again, I like level 3 for wings. They've been on here for about 7.5 minutes now. I would say just a couple more minutes and we're gonna give them a flip and finish the tops. Check out this beautiful golden color. This is exactly what we're looking for. I think it's time to give these babies a flip. All right, it's been 10 minutes, so we're gonna flip these over. Here's one lesson that I learned with cooking on the Schwenk grill. First, you wanna bring out your drip pan, then you wanna bring out your grill grate. If you do it too soon, you're gonna end up with the drippings all over your counter. So make sure this comes out first. I'm really happy with the color that we got on the top side. Take a look at it. Gorgeous, isn't it? Again, we're just gonna flip these over so they brown on the other side. And once this step is complete, we'll dunk them in that sauce that we made. Then same technique, you're gonna slide the grill grate in first and then put in the drip pan. We're gonna let them go for another 5 to 10 minutes. We'll just keep an eye on them. Again, we're keeping it at level 3 because that's the heat that I like on these wings. We're at about the 15-minute mark. The color is beautiful. Pull them out just a minute so you can see. Yeah, that's looking fantastic. All right, we're gonna pull these out again, starting with the drip pan. And what I wanna do now is just check the temperature. We'll go with one of these big boys. Oh yeah, we're well over 165. We are great. It's okay, you can actually cook chicken longer than 165. You just need to make sure that it actually gets to that temp. Now it's time to dunk these. You can see I've taken the wings off of the grill. Now it's time to dunk them in our Korean barbecue sauce. This is the sauce we made earlier. We're just gonna give the wings a generous dunk. If you want, you could just leave the wings like this and go ahead and eat them, but I like to put them back on the grill. I will say one thing though, when you put them on the grill, it's gonna get kind of sticky and messy. So I find that the best thing to do is to cook all of the wings first in batches and then do the saucing part in batches. Because there's a lot of sugar content in this sauce, you've really got to be mindful when it goes back on the grill. To finish these wings off, let's pull out the drip tray, pull out the grill grate, and add the wings. You can hear that sizzle. Remember, it's 1500 degrees toward the top of this. We're not going to flip them. We're just trying to crisp up and caramelize this sauce just a little bit. It's gonna happen so fast. That's another reason I recommend working in batches, because if you do too many at once, you run the risk of burning your sauce. So put them back in. This time we're gonna crank the heat. I like to go up to level 5, and this is literally gonna take just a matter of seconds. Look at that heat in there doing its magic. These wings are almost done and ready to eat. All right, it's been about 45 to 50 seconds. Yes, this is what you're looking for. Perfectly charred wing. Let's platter these up. In between batches, I like to raise the grate all the way to the top. That's gonna help clean the grill grate before I put in my next batch. There you go, guys. These are my Korean style sticky wings that I cooked on my Schwenk grill. Crispy, sweet, spicy, and still juicy inside. Really messy too. I hope you guys enjoyed.